I fire on my fellow ships.
His dick was distracting. The spaceport's like, he's got the key, and so it seems still he's got the key.
If we could plug in a realistic radius for the radius of the planet, will the mass be realistic?
What if they signed up for not getting their memories wiped, but they also signed up for never leaving the castle grounds?
Yeah, we start out with the mule, and he seems overpowered. Let's watch this scene.
Planting a notion in your wing commander's mind. He's thinking, why don't I fire on my fellow ships?
Right, this scene.
Planting a
Wait, was that Mati? What?
That was Mati, because Mati has the power of heart. And
Okay.
The power of heart is the power to change the emotions or the motivations of somebody else, and maybe even their mind.
That's right.
Is that not exactly what the mule is doing?
That's exactly what the mule is doing.
The mule has the power of heart.
Okay,
Which, by
but
the
why
way,
is that powerful?
well, because so there's the other Planeteers, right? There's wind, water, fire. If Mati can
Earth?
just motivate them to use their powers to do evil or good or whatever, then he has control over all the other powers.
Right. He's the Sauron. He has the ring that controls the other rings.
That's right. So Mati is like the dude if you think about it, in Captain Planet, because he can control everyone else's mind.
Right. He's like, go commit these atrocities. Then he's like, afterwards, I feel bad about it. He can use his own ring on himself. Like, I feel fine about it. I'm a good person.
Yeah, right. So I go do something evil, and then I feel good because I can change my mind with heart. It's so powerful.
That's right. That's the
Mati
most
is
powerful ring
overpowered.
of all.
For sure. For sure. So,
The mule is the same guy.
right. And the mule doesn't seem to have any constraints on his power.
What do you mean?
Well, like, I think it's powerful to be able to read somebody's mind or to control them through thought. I get that.
Yeah.
But he seems to be doing it for like thousands of people in front of him, through ships' hulls without line of sight, multiple people at the same time to fire on one another. Like, there doesn't seem to be any constraint on his power.
Right.
Like, it's
I
not
had
like-
the same feeling.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like in Heroes, the show from 2000 whatever, like you had have to touch someone and then you can control their mind, or you have to see their home address or their
Right.
like driver's license and whatever. You got to get some information before you can just control them. It seems to be like the mule can just do mind control to anyone wherever. Like, does he even know how many people are there in the ship? He's like, I take it over. Like, you just do
Right. He's got to
anything?
he figures out in the ship, through his mind, figures out the configuration of the ship. Where does the captain sit? Where's the second officer sit? Where's the first officer sit? And go into their mind, simultaneously doing that with multiple other ships. Somebody might be on the pooper. He's like, oh no, I can still control him because he's in the bathroom. So
Pinch it. Hurry up.
get back to command because I need to manipulate you. It's just it's so many people he's controlling,
And
and his power came out of nowhere.
There's no like downside of it as far as I can tell. Like Jean Grey can do some thought controlling stuff, but then she gets weakened after. None of this. He's just full power all the time, no problem. Too
Right.
powerful.
And in some other shows, like with telepathy and different things, they'll be like, line of sight requirement, only one person at a time. I got to work as a group to do more powerful things. So there's constraints on the power. No, this guy's he's got it. 100%.
It's too powerful.
It's too powerful in my
But
opinion.
maybe there'll be some limitations later on the season, but for now, he's pure evil and he's pure power somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. This is the Senate somehow?
I think so.
Yeah, for the Empire, and so this is just cool room, and particularly I noticed this centerpiece. I don't know if it's a table. I don't know I can't tell if it's like a above ground or not, but yeah, that's cool. So it's got the three heads of dawn, dusk, and day. That's okay. Dawn, day, and dusk. That's like the normal order. Yeah, cool detail.
Well, I mean, there is almost no order, right? Because it's a circle. They
That's a
just
good point.
keep circling.
Time is a circle. That's right.
That's right. So one is dawn, one is day, one is dusk, but you can't tell which one is which because they're always there. It's it's cool art.
Cool. I guess set design. Cool set design to have this thing in here.
Right.
Also, I guess in universe, it's a cool way to remind everyone in the Senate, y'all are part of Empire, and it's us three. We are Empire.
Yeah. Although you can only see it from above, but I'm sure this sort of art is sort of plastered in multiple places to make sure people know. It's also interesting.
I wonder if there's another one on the ceiling. See if you look up, they're like looking down on you.
Yeah, for sure. I would not be surprised. I was gonna say it's also interesting that the Senate itself, it doesn't have like seating or like one of these like auditorium things like in Star Wars. It's like free floaty floor, and then somebody takes the podium and kind of talks to a chaotic, mingly group. Kind of an interesting way to do Senate deliberations.
I guess that also enforces a time limit because like you can only stand for so long. You can only you sit down on the floor, I guess, if you get really tired.
That's true.
No, we're here for business. Say your piece. End the meeting. Nowhere to sit.
Nowhere to sit. Yeah. Man, imagine the filibusters. Oh my gosh, people are like, my feet hurt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This guy, I don't remember his name, but he says, my ancestor prosecuted Harry Seldon at the trial. It's been a long time. Why is he associating himself with that guy from way in the past? I mean, what in the world?
My name is Dr. Ebling Miz. I'm descended from a man named Xylus who prosecuted you during the tribunal of Cleon XII. My family has been a footnote in your story. My name is Dr.
When you start going back farther in time, the notion of a family starts to get a little bit wonky because there's so many overlapping families over when you have so many generations that it's hard to define what a family is. But he's like, no, my family, we had one guy in the past who did a thing.
So you're saying so you're saying so his great whatever grandfather somewhere, he was like he was at the trial of your real life thing, and then they had a family tree where each generation has some number of kids and it spreads out.
Yep.
But also the other way around, like this guy wasn't like a direct descendant. I guess it could be, but there's also the family tree that goes outward.
Right. Well, I thought of it in terms of let's go back in time.
Okay.
So if I did his generation calculation, if there's 291 years between when he's talking and that trial.
Okay.
And if we average 25 years per generation, that's 11 generations rounding down. So so the number of descendants, so you have 2 parents, then 4 grandparents, then 8 great-grandparents. So it goes up as 2 to the number of generations, which is 2,048 people that he can point to and be like, they're my family. And he plucks out this one person from these 2,000 people. And he's like, that's my family. I had a thing. It's like, but how many other people can also do this plucking? Like so many people can do this. What a snub
to the 2,047 other grandparents you had. Like, I don't care about you. I'm part of this one line.
Yeah. Our family.
Also, let it go.
Let it go.
300 years.
You're on a different planet.
That can't be your claim to fame still.
Yeah.
Different planet. Yeah.
Like, I barely know I may know 4 generations ago, but I'd have to do some serious research to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 generations ago. I would be, and the overlap with so many other people would be enormous.
Like my great something ancestor left Africa. Like, well, okay, a lot of people, like almost like a lot of people's great ancestors did that.
To be fair to this guy, to be fair to this guy, if there was a awesome ancestor of mine that was like 15 generations ago, I'm gonna be like, absolutely, that's our family right there. Picking that guy.
I mean, if I could, I would change my last name to Washington. Heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Little Lincoln in my family. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's not appropriate. Hell yeah. Yeah.
No, okay. I'm not gonna just straight up lie.
Well, what if you're a bastard? Can't be stealing last names. Steal it.
Claim
do
it
it.
My ancestry.
Yeah.
This mummy on this planet Calgon or whatever planet they're on, his dick was distracting.
I noticed this too.
Why is there a loincloth there?
it's
Right?
talking
Yeah,
about right here.
Right there, right there. And so it's like windy, right? But
Yep.
somehow that loincloth is still sitting there.
Right, there's definitely some wind blowing. Let's just check
Right?
out the wind.
And that's clearly the dong, right?
It's clearly the dong. I mean, it is. I mean, I can. Okay, let's get to the picture so I can zoom in on the dongness.
It's at least half-mast.
It's at least half. I mean, we've got shapes. We've even got a head of the dong.
Yeah. Okay, but let's think. But look at the rest of the body's naked. Why is this one part of the body covered up? Let's think about the scenarios. Either this guy died naked, and then the wind was like, "Ooh, I can't have that on my planet. Let's cover that up." Or some animal was like, the guy died clothed, and some animals came by like, "Oh, I'm going to eat up all this clothing. Oh, but I got to leave his crotch covered."
But he is gosh, I don't know how many like scavengers are around, considering he's like fairly mummified, desiccated.
Oh, I mean, the scavengers would have eaten his clothing. I don't know what the flora, the fauna, the flora. I don't know. Fauna, the little animals on this planet. I don't know what they eat. They ate his clothing.
They ate his clothing,
but left a loincloth.
They left him half brick, and then a loincloth happened to
like tumbleweed going across the land. It's like, I caught onto this crotch and it stayed here forever. And modesty. I'm a mummy.
Yeah. I mean, let's get in there.
What if this guy died face down, ass up? Like, what are the coincidences of where this guy dies exactly like this? A little loincloth flowing in the wind, lands right there. It's like, I'm gonna live here forever now.
Isn't there like corpses in like Pompeii that were like, people speculate they were like mid-masturbation and mid-sex?
Yeah, that
when
one
they
guy,
died, and they I mean, it's speculation.
And then a little loincloth flew in from outside
Right.
and like stayed there forever.
Yeah, the archaeologists are like, I'm chipping away at his corpse. I can't find the dick.
This is one part that's extra hard. Can't chip away at the rock. What is this?
What is this? Gosh, it was so distracting to watch this because you're like, oh, what is this? What is this cool RPG planet? Oh, it's got heat, so you got environmental issues, and all this cool corpse. Why? There's a dong. What?
And it's like flapping too. It's not just cloth that was like in the background. Like it's like, here, let's look at this motion. Like what happened? What happened in the computer graphics image room, wherever they're doing, where they're like this guy needs to have junk. Like, you could have had his hips below the sand surface, like sand over time blown in by the wind. You only get his torso and his head. Like it's equally gruesome. Why do they put his junk above the ground level?
That's right. And even if they do that, they could have Ken dolled him. You know, because he's mummified. Like it's gonna all.
That's right. I've never investigated mummy dick, so I don't know what it looked like. Right.
So, but they could have just Ken dolled him, and there's whatever this controversy we're making up here would go away. Mm-hmm. But there's clearly package.
You know what?
Half-mast.
You know what? I bet it's the CG guys are like, I'm gonna make this giant dick, and then some business executive is like, we can't do that. Like cover it up, right?
And so they put this
or the CG guys were like, let's make it small, like modest, I mean realistic, but go crazy about it. And the business exec is like, no, make it big, make it thick, make it hard, like 6 cells, keep it there. It's so weird. It's so weird that the body's desiccated.
It is like it's a troll. It's a troll by the graphics department. It has to be.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It's because the muscles all dried up and all skinny and stuff. Yet still dong.
You could have put the loincloth or whatever this cloth is here without this. Why is that there? That doesn't need to be there.
I can almost tell the time of day from it. Little sundial.
Actually, it is kind of a sundial. A dick dial. Here we go.
Dick dial.
So like when it's in this quadrant over here, it's afternoon. When it's over here.
You can tell the time of day by the length of shadow.
That's right. I mean, he's almost a full mass, so I mean, you can get some approximations.
Why did this scene happen?
Why? It's such a serious show, and to watch, and then to have this like,
and it's like slowly moving across the scene, don't forget me, I'm flapping in the wind. Okay.
Like, is the loincloth, is the cloth going to be like thrown away by the wind, and I'll get a peek?
Nope.
It doesn't happen.
Latched on for all of time in this dry desert atmosphere.
Oh my gosh.
in the same scene, we see this loot box, and Pritchard says some temperatures, and I think that means that in the future, we're still using Fahrenheit.
Haven's 260 degrees on the sun side, negative 180 on the other. As the moon moves over the surface, temperature in the Umber drops to a cool 55. Haven.
Okay, so this planet's super hot, but then it's only in the sunlight, and he says 3 numbers. Can we look a little bit to the left? He says 260 degrees, minus 180, and 55. And so my question is this Celsius, Fahrenheit, or Kelvin?
So I mean, first off, can't be Kelvin because there's the minus there. There's no minuses in Kelvin.
The coldest the Kelvin gets is 0.
Yeah.
So could it be Celsius? Could it be Fahrenheit? I don't know. Sometimes they're close enough I can't tell. So my guess was if they're Celsius, then I converted them into Fahrenheit and see. My question is, are these reasonable? Can I tell? Can I tell what scale they are? So 260 in Celsius becomes 500 Fahrenheit, which is like a hot oven. So I don't know. Maybe that's a kind of a reasonable scale. A negative 180 Celsius to negative becomes negative 292. I have no idea. I've never experienced negative 292. So
that's close to absolute zero. That's a few degrees away. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Really? It would be minus 273 Celsius to be near absolute zero. Minus 290. Yeah. So we're halfway there from. Okay.
I guess.
It's
cold.
It's cold.
I guess my point is, I don't know. That's not a good number for me to reference. And then the last number he says is 55 degrees. And then that turns out to be 131 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot outside. And I thought too hot. But then I looked up the hottest temperature on recorded on Earth, and it's around 130, like 135 or something like this in Death Valley in California. This deep desert where it gets super hot. So maybe, although super hot is kind of iffy. And so then I said, if it's not Celsius, maybe what he's saying when he says degrees was actually Fahrenheit. So 260 degrees Fahrenheit is 127 Celsius, which is still like, hot oven, hot, so kind of reasonable. And then again, with these negative numbers, I don't know what it's like to be in a negative environment, that negative. I've been to like a little bit negative, but not that negative. But then 55 Fahrenheit is just 13 C, and yeah, that's pretty cool temperature. So yeah, I think that means that Pritchard is talking in Fahrenheit in the future.
So weird. Yeah, it's weird. That's Fahrenheit.
No,
Fahrenheit means
that means it doesn't go away. America spreads out.
12,000 years in the future. Hell yeah.
Still using Fahrenheit, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah. I think that's right. On this same planet, Pritchard is doing his operation on this planet, and I saw this picture. And this moon is super close to this planet, Haven. And my question was, is this realistic? Is this a realistic planet-moon system?
Maybe.
So let's find out. So at first glance, I think this is within the Roche limit, which is...
What is the Roche limit?
The Roche limit is the one...
R-O-C-H-E?
R-O-C-H-E, which is if a moon is within the Roche limit, meaning closer than the Roche limit to the planet, it will, gravity, tidal forces will pull the planet apart, and it will eventually become a ring around the planet.
I see.
So like on Saturn, we have rings around Saturn. Those rings are within the Roche limit.
I see. Those rings used to be moons, but because they're too close, the near side gets pulled harder than the far side. Here's Saturn, and so then it gets stretched out, broken apart, and then eventually it disperses into a ring.
Right.
Okay.
So I think this is within the Roche limit, but I'm going to ignore that. I'm just thinking, does the orbit make sense? Can we make this work? Okay. And so the way that we can get the speed of the moon to do this, to figure out if it's realistic or not, is the shadow. We know how to figure out how fast the shadow is moving because we have a bunch of scenes to do it.
What? Okay.
Let's do it step by step.
Okay. See what you got.
Okay. So first thing, I need to know. So we have this picture. We have these like speeders.
Yeah.
And we need to know the length of the speeder to figure out how fast the speeders are going. And so the speeders have this ball in front. And we have a picture of Pritchard's operative friend standing next to the ball.
Okay, so you're going to use the ball. You're going to use the size of the woman and to figure out the size of the ball. The size of the ball you're going to use to get the size of the speeder. Then you're going to get some speed measurement from that.
That's right. So let's look at the video here.
Okay.
So this is getting the speeder speed. So we watch this here. The speeder is covering some amount of ground in a certain amount of time.
Okay.
And I did like this. So I covered this red line distance in 0.91 seconds. And I can get the distance of this red line from the speeder length.
Multiples of the speeder.
Yep. So I can do that. So let's watch that one more time. Oh, that's the wrong button. So see, and then we can get the distance over time to get the speed. Okay.
That's velocity.
Okay. So from her height relative to the ball, we can get the diameter of the ball. So if I put these side by side, and it takes about the red one is about 2/3 the size of the yellow one. The diameter of the ball is about 2/3 the height of a woman, and I put in the average height of a woman, about 1.6 meters.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Multiply these together, and this is the diameter of the ball, about a meter.
Okay, I'm with
Then
you.
I go over here. Yeah, then I go over here, and I got this picture to the side here. I have the diameter of the ball in the picture, and I have this length of the speeder. So I can give the length of the speeder in terms of the diameter of the balls. And so this is my picture. So this is it. So this is a red, 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 and a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, what was that thing on the left?
Oh, this thing on the left. So, so in Miro, I had to rotate the red 90 degrees.
I see.
I didn't know how to do it easily, so I made a square, and then I could draw it on the side here. So I know that if this is a square, then this is the same
You converted
side.
the vertical length of the diameter to a horizontal, and then you're going to stretch them out. Okay, I'm with
Then
you.
then I could stack them up horizontally like this. I got this little bit extra, and then there's about 3 of these little extras make up one red one.
I
So
see.
it's about a third. It's a little bit more, but
So then you get 4 and 1/3.
4 and 1/3. So the length of the speeder is 4 and 1/3 times the diameter of the ball. So I plug in the diameter of the ball.
Thorough. This is thorough, dude.
And I get 4.6 and change meters of the length of the speeder.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that gets us back to this, where I now have this length and the speeder. So I got this picture here. This is pulled from the video. This is the one with extra information. So here's the length of the speeder, this white line.
Yep.
And I could stack them up. Bam, 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 bam.
Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, so the length of the line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 speeders plus a little bit extra.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're doing this little normal line to help us figure out how much little extra is. So I do over here. And about 5 of these little extras make up one speeder length. So that's a
we
fifth.
should get 8.2.
So we get 8.2. So the velocity of the speeder, it covers 8.2 lengths of speeders in 0.91 seconds. Plug in the length of the speeder, divide by 0.91 seconds. We get about 41.6 meters per second, which is 93 miles an hour. So it's pretty cool speed. Like, it's right on the money.
Fast.
Seems reasonable. Wow. They're going real fast, dangerous speed, but not like faster than a car. Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like 133 miles per hour, but fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, where are you going to go with this?
Okay. So now that I have the speed of the speeder, the shadow is moving along the ground.
That's right.
And
So like there's the star, then the moon, and then the planet, and the moon is casting a shadow. Okay, and we've seen that.
Right. And so we can in this. I've got a still here, but I got a video. The shadow is moving across the ground, which is due to the moon moving relative to the planet and the sun.
Agreed.
So if we can figure out the travel speed of the shadow on the ground, maybe we can figure out the speed of the moon in orbit.
Holy cow, dude. Holy, okay, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So this is
thought
shadow.
of this? Okay.
It's very fast. Let's do it step by step here. Okay. Oh. Let's go. It's very fast. I'm going to do frame by frame. Here we go. Okay. So the speeder started out at this green dot and is moving forward. The shadow edge started out at this red dot, is moving forward. So they're moving. And then when the shadow leaves the frame, it traveled this distance. And the speeder traveled this distance.
0.29 seconds.
In 0.29 seconds. I don't actually use this time, but it's there.
Okay.
And if we go back here, basically the green line is about half the red line. So in the same amount of time, the speeder covered half the distance as the shadow. So that means the speed of the shadow is 2 times the speed of the speeder. So we plug that in, get about 83 meters per second, which is probably about 180 miles an hour. Okay, so that's the speed of the shadow. Now, if we go over to this configuration,
There's more. Okay.
the moon is moving in orbit, and the shadow is moving across the surface,
Yep.
which means the shadow and the moon have the same angular speed because the shadow and the moon move together as one.
Yep. They're different radii, but in terms of angle in which they go around the planet, it's the same speed. That same angular speed.
Right. Now, there might be some contribution to the rotation of the planet, but we're going to ignore that for now. And also, we may think that this planet is tidally locked to the star, so the rotation is extremely slow compared to the orbit of the moon.
I mean, I know why I think that. Why do you think that?
Well, we think that because sometimes with these really big star or really planets that are closer into their stars, then they can get tidally locked, and you get this like blasting, scorching side and the super, super cold side with a terminator in between.
That's right.
That's what we see.
That's what I thought when I saw there's the ice side and the not ice side, which means that the ice side stays cold for a long time.
Yeah.
So therefore, tidally locked, which means that red side is always facing the sun, so not rotating.
Right. Well, I guess it rotates once a year.
Once per year. Yeah.
Exactly. So the rotation rate is pretty slow, so we're going to ignore it. So that means the speed of the shadow is entirely due to the speed of the moon in orbit.
Yep.
So we plug in V over R equals V over R.
Omega equals V over. Yep.
And so we solve for the velocity of the speed of the moon is R, the distance of the moon from the center of the planet times the speed of the shadow divided by the radius of the planet. And then now that we know the speed, we can plug in the acceleration. So we can find the acceleration if we assume the moon is in circular orbit.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty close to circular. So that's V squared over R for circular motion.
Yep.
And we plug in this right here into here. So we get
square the terms and then one additional R moon underneath. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
So that gets canceled, and that's what we're left with. And we know the radius of the moon. We don't know the radius of the moon. We know the velocity, speed of the shadow, and we don't know the radius of the planet. But see if we can make this work.
Okay.
So then we have Newton's law that the force of gravity is
pin on it and come back. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. The force of gravity is gravitational constant times the two masses, which in this case is the haven and the moon, divided by the distance between them.
G(m)m over R squared. Yep.
Okay. And we can say the force over here is equal to ma, which cancels the moons. Yep. And then the acceleration of the moon is equal to this, which we know the acceleration from above, so we plug that in.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
This acceleration is equal to this gravitational acceleration stuff.
Yeah.
And we want to solve for the mass of haven.
The planet. Yeah, okay. So then just move everything else to the other side. Okay.
Right. So our moon goes over here, gives us a third. Yeah. Times V shadow divided by R squared of the surface, and the G comes down as well, so it gives us this ratio.
Yeah, looks good.
And then I did this trick where I multiplied by 1. So I multiplied by R surface on bottom and R surface on top.
Okay.
So that I could get this cool ratio here of R moon over R surface, because I'm going to use a picture over here to get a nice clean ratio.
Holy cow. Okay. okay.
So this would be a clean ratio. This we know because we measured it. This we know it's a constant. So if we knew the radius of the planet, we could find the mass of haven. So this is what we're going to do. If we could plug in a realistic radius for the radius of the planet, will the mass be realistic? And if it is, then we got a plausible planet.
Interesting way to attack this.
So we need this ratio.
There's more. Okay.
There's more. There's more.
Incredible.
So here's haven from the center of the planet. The radius is the purple line.
Yeah.
And the red is the distance from the center to the moon.
Yep. And
it's basically 3/2 ratio. I put them side by side here. Basically 3 yellows. So a purple plus a yellow gives us the red. And 2 yellows makes a purple. So it's 3 yellows make a red. So that means this is 3/2 ratio.
Yeah.
So this ratio is 3/2, which I plugged in right here.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is just copied from the other other
And then
work.
you put in the speed that we calculated before and the gravitational constant. That's 6.63 times whatever stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to plug in some radiuses of planets and see if it's realistic. So I did it for Earth. Plugged in the radius of Earth
Okay.
with the speeds we know. Calculate.
Crunch it. Yeah.
Haven, the ratio of the mass of Haven to Earth, if the radius of Haven is the radius of the Earth, is tiny. It's tiny. So I was like, okay, so Earth won't work. So I looked at, let's try Mercury.
What would the implications of having a tiny moon mean?
I think what that means
At that radius?
I think at that rate, if I'm looking at this configuration, if this is Earth-like planet, and this is how close the moon is, it's got to be whipping around. It's got to be moving. And the shadow is only going 180 miles an hour. That's pretty slow.
So what you're saying is, given that that's the distance to the moon for this planet Haven, if that moon is really that close, it would have to go around so fast in order to not fall in.
Exactly.
And from what we saw from earlier scenes, that shadow is not that fast.
Not that fast, yeah.
Okay.
Which means the only way to make this slow shadow work is for the mass of the planet to be really, really small. So,
but they were walking around as if it was normal gravity, so I think the mass of the planet is kind of Earth-like.
Kind of Earth-like, yeah. So I think that's saying that the moon can't be this close going that slow.
But what if it wasn't Earth mass? What was the other one you had?
Yeah, so I had the same idea. I had Mercury. Let's just try a smaller planet, see if it works. Yeah. So I plugged in that mass. Sorry, that ratio. Okay. Calculate, and this is the new ratio. So a little bit better.
Same. Almost
an order of it's an order of magnitude better.
Oh, yeah.
But
still way too small.
It's still way too small. So that if this was a configuration for Mercury, it's still the mass of this planet would have to be so much smaller than Mercury's mass. So I think we have to say, given this configuration, the closeness of the moon to the planet, plus the slow speed of the travel of the shadow, means this is not a realistic planet configuration.
Unphysical.
I think that's what we found. And just as a baseline, this is Earth. This is an Earth-Moon picture.
Well, this is like to scale.
To scale. So when we see the moon in the night sky, we're like, oh, it looks pretty close. But to scale, this is the Earth. This is the Earth. And then we got to go. And we're going. And we're still going. And we're still going. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So I think this is a realistic distance for a planet moon. So this moon should probably be like, we'll zoom out, like way out here.
Way out there.
Yeah. Okay. So after all that work, I determined this Haven moon system, based on what we saw in the scene, is unrealistic. And the big problem is the moon's too close. Moon's too close,
given that the speed that we saw is as slow it is.
As slow it is. Plus,
I can't watch this show. Physically inaccurate.
It's a cool scene. It's a cool scene, the speeder chase and everything. And yeah, I ruined it. But I think we determined it's too close. Also, not even speaking of the Roche limit, where this moon should be a ring.
Should be broken apart. Should be crumbled a bit.
Yep.
Turned into a ring.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Okay. It was fun. It was fun doing those calculations, though. It was fun.
Absolute autism. Incredible.
Yeah.
So my thoughts about this house arrest is that he's stuck on the planet, which is pretty much already house arrest.
Okay.
You're not going to Calgon. As of now, your launch privileges are suspended. Try to leave the planet, I'll put you under house arrest myself. You're not.
So in a civilization that spans across star systems, across the galaxy, isn't being stuck on a planet pretty much house arrest?
I mean, no, because we're stuck on a planet. I don't feel like I'm under house arrest.
Okay, but we're not. Okay, but we're not a civilization that goes across star systems, right? So it's like if you are used to traveling all around the planet, if you're stuck to one country, you feel stuck. If you're used to driving around the state, then you're stuck to a city, you feel stuck. If you're used to driving around the city, then you're stuck to your home, that feels super stuck. But for this guy, the guy in the back here, I forgot his name. If he's used to jumping around between planets, if you're stuck to one planet, even though you have freedom of movement on that one planet, you're still stuck to that one little planet. What if he lives somewhere else and he just works here? Like, I'm stuck at work now? Cool.
I see. It's a matter of perspective is what you're saying. So in our world,
That's what I'm saying.
House arrest is a pretty big punishment. But in the world of Foundation, being stuck on a planet might be actually a pretty big punishment, because now the wider galaxy is, I'm not able to visit it, commute, visit friends, go on vacation. I'm stuck on a planet.
You feel stuck. Like, I guess house arrest now, compared to when we had like single room huts, doesn't feel like you're stuck. It feels like I'm stuck in a mansion. It feels awesome. But for given this time in humanity, in the Foundation universe where you can just jump between star systems, being stuck on a planet probably feels pretty confining.
I see it. So here, when the mayor threatens house arrest if he doesn't stay on the planet, well, Pritchard here is like, well, it's almost the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing. Like, I can't leave. I'm stuck.
So my only option is...
I can go to the store, but I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
The only option is...
to leave. To steal your ship and go.
Which is pretty much what happened next.
Oh, yeah. Pritchard takes the mayor's ship, and the mayor's ship needs better security. What is going on?
Now your launch privileges are suspended.
Pritchard, you stole my fucking key fob!
I'll be back with proof about the mule.
As of now, you're...
I mean,
What are you saying?
what is going on? So Pritchard, or is it Pricker? Pritchard.
Yeah.
He gets access to the mayor's fob, and that is enough to fly the ship. What in the world?
Okay. So the mayor's like, you can't leave unless I say you're okay. And then Pritchard, like, he sleight of hand. He does a little sleight of hand check, takes his key fob, and then and that's all it needs. That's all Pritchard needs to get off planet.
That's right. If he had a little, please enter your PIN, he'd be like, well, I don't know the PIN,
Please,
so I can't take off. And that's
please
over.
swipe your pattern. Please do your thumbprint.
Yeah, and that's over. And then even if he did say there was a little pin or a little thumbprint, and he got past that by like cutting off the mayor's finger or something,
Yep.
then the air traffic controller would be like, you're not taking off. Like, scramble
That's right.
fighters. Like,
That's right.
you're stealing the mayor's ship. There's emergency. Go, go, go.
So the mayor's like, "Where's my key fob?" And then he can't just call down to the spaceport and be like, "Hey, don't let the ship fly." The spaceport's like, "He's got the key," and so it seems still he's got the key.
Yeah. Gosh, in the modern world, it would be like if a rogue helicopter took off in the city, ATC, air traffic control, would be like, well, you started it. He took off. It must be okay.
The fact that he started it means he has the key, which means that it's his helicopter. he can go.
Yeah. So he needs two-factor.
two-factor.
Which means
What type
two-factor
of-
in this. Go ahead.
In this universe doesn't exist. What type of joke security is this?
I know. Like, what Foundation security? They must have spies from Empire and other civilizations all up in their bureaucracy. This is crazy. In fact, Pritchard should be like, we need better security on the ships. He's in charge of security. He shouldn't be able to steal the ship. Well, he's in charge. Okay, I think he's an intelligence guy. Maybe not in charge of security.
But as an intelligence guy, he should advocate for two-factor authentication.
Agreed. Totally.
It's annoying, but makes your ship not get stolen.
Oh, that's right.
Here we see Brother Day, and I think there's a good reason not to trust his girlfriend.
You've had 6 months to learn all about her. She remembers you. She has all her memories. The part you don't like.
It's not about what I like, it's about being smart. The Gossamer courtesans have their memories wiped.
To protect state secrets.
Yes.
I'm doing my best to avoid those. You've had...
So what's the problem?
So the problem is that Day says that the Gossamer courtesans, the partners of the Day, usually, I guess sometimes the Dusk, they have their memories wiped. And so Day is saying, no, this one's different. I'm letting her keep all of our memories. Because it's like a good thing. Like I guess it's bad to have your memory wiped. Okay, definitely bad. But I get it though, right? So from Dusk's perspectives, the three brothers are in charge of the Empire for all of humanity. We are in charge of the growth and prosperity and the civility and the security. And if you have that much power, I can understand why you would need to have some protections. So that way people coming in don't learn about how the operation works and then they can attack it.
That's right. If you're going to share state secrets with these courtesans, you need some sort of security. And since you have memory wiping technology, it seems only prudent to wipe the tech. In fact, this doesn't have to be some terrible thing. So many people would sign up for this and sign on the dotted line, consent to it, to live in this palace.
I mean, my understanding from Foundation Season 2 was that the Gossamer courtesans do volunteer. Like, they know what the deal is going in. They know that they're going to have their memory wiped. And they sign up for it. So It's not like they're like it's not like the brothers are kidnapping random women and be like, I'm going to have my way with you and delete your memory. Like, the Gossamer courtesans know that they're going to get the memory wiped.
Okay, but at the same time, you have this huge power imbalance where, like, if society's got lots of poor people, and it's like, well, it's voluntary, but everyone's so desperate for money and food and stuff. It's voluntary in the sense that you voluntarily sign, but the whole society was set up so that you had no choice.
You pretty much have to. Yeah, you pretty much have to. But
so there is some nuance there. But
could she have had other careers? She said that she's from the drug producing layer in Trantor, the micro something.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean,
but I mean, to avoid state secrets, his existence at all is already state secret stuff. Like the way they move about their lives, the three brothers, the way they move about their lives, and how they could be influenced. Like, just knowing him at all is already state secret.
Right. I wonder if there are courtesans who the brother Day, brother Dusk, they don't share any state secrets with the courtesans, and so they're just allowed to go on their merry way. You know, it's only with these ones. Is it only these ones where they get like closer and they start having pillow talk? You know, that they're like, well, we got to wipe their memory. I wonder if there's like gradations.
I think so. Like maybe for the gardeners. I don't need to wipe your memory. Oh no, but even still, the gardeners would know where the weak spots are in the castle or the whatever the place they live.
God, it's just so isolating for the emperor.
Which is so isolating. That'll drive you mad. Some isolation of your entire life,
right?
And so that's why they wipe the memories. And
it's incredible that they're so isolated and they can still rule over this empire without really interacting with it much at all. What a strange situation.
With so much weight on your shoulders, on your shoulders. Yeah. So if you need to wipe some memories, I get it.
Yeah. So if you're an absolute ruler in this sort of genetic monarchy, I think the paranoia is justified. And so you have to wipe the memories. Otherwise, you're not going to be in power. You won't have the problem to solve in the future because you'll lose your power.
But it's not just power of like King of England versus the King of France. Like, this is the emperor of all of humanity. It's your responsibility to make sure that all of humanity exists into the future. That's some serious. That's no joke.
It's no joke. No, not at all. You got to do what you got to do to keep the empire alive. From their perspective, they're saving humanity by keeping the empire going.
Exactly. That's for me. That's the big crux of it. It's you are responsible for all of humanity into the future. Maybe you got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do for the benefit of the trillions, potentially, of people in the galaxy. For sure. I'm kind of on board now. Cool. Wipe their memories.
Wipe it. I mean,
wipe them.
They signed up for it.
Yeah, they did.
What if they signed up for not getting their memories wiped, but they also signed up for never leaving the castle grounds?
I'd be okay with that too. I mean, okay, I would sign. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Although that's still a security risk because that means you have a bunch of people running around the castle or the grounds, like knowing stuff, and so now you're a spy away from, like, I don't know, bringing that person out for intelligence purposes or using them as a source. Whereas if you wipe their memory, there's no potential source there at all, So,
I mean, you just made an excellent argument in favor of wiping memories.
right. I mean, even her right now, her memory has not been wiped in this current state, and they're having a good time.
Yeah.
She is a security risk right now
Right now.
because
We'll see what
she knows
happens in
things.
the rest of the season.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll see. She may come into play.
I mean, I guess something similar happened in season 2, where the Dawn was enticed by an outsider.
Oh yeah, it's Queen Sareth, right?
No, I
Or
thought
no,
it
was
was
it?
No. It was
Who was it?
one of the gardeners, right? She was the person that took care of the flowers. Is that right? And then
There was that.
through some flirty eyes, and then Day was like, Dawn was like, oh my gosh, I want to run away.
But didn't somebody run away with somebody? Oh, I can't remember now.
I think it was Day when he was young. He wanted to run away, and because he was making the flirty eyes with one of the gardeners. I think she took care of the flowers.
I remember that. Okay, I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember, but I remember the gardener was a problem. I remember that.
Yep.
But I think there was somebody ran away with Queen Sareth. I remember. I think we'll have to go back and check the footage.
That must have been. Yeah, we'll check. But I think that was a Day. Queen Sareth.
I thought that was a Dawn.
Maybe it was a Dawn. Okay. Yeah. Season 2 rewatch.
Okay, we'll have to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys next time.